Hello, everyone. This is Consuelo Lara,
Madeline Cronenberg.
and we're here once again talking about the current issues in education. Today we're going to talk about cultivating a culture of collaboration focused on student learning, which sounds like exactly what we are trying to do in our schools today. Madeline, you attended a conference around this issue. Is that right?
That's right. I spent the last 2 days, yesterday and today, up in Vallejo at a conference that was run by the California Labor Management Institute. And this is an organization that's created by the California Department of Education in collaboration with the Consortium for Educational Change. And the idea is to create a collaboration not just among teachers, but among all levels of staff. So we have our classified staff, our certificated staff, the supervisors of our classified staff, our principals, our administrators, our superintendent, and board members. And all of them working together to find solutions around increased learning in schools.
It sounds like it's addressing the whole hierarchy that we have
Exactly.
and how people are kind of in those roles, have assumptions about those roles that kind of make interacting difficult.
Precisely.
Okay.
And people get stuck in the hierarchy of the roles. So that in order to get out of that, you have to be very intentional. And this the man who has spoken of a great deal in this during the workshop is a gentleman by the name of W. Patrick Dolan. And Dr. Dolan has passed away, but he left a body of work that really discusses and sort of systematizes ways to change it, to flatten the system, and to create ways that districts can find solutions without blaming people, right? And find solutions to problems before they become bigger. And so what he has done, he has a system of boundaries, and he talks about the Board of Education, the administration, and the heads of the unions as one level, and then the central office and the role that they play as another level. Then the principals, which are the site leaders at each site as a level, and then the lowest level, of course, is the teachers and support staff and students. So what he wants to be able to do, what he sort of developed a strategy to do, was find a way to bring the teacher and student voice into decision making.
And to do problem solving, I would imagine.
Absolutely, and
Yeah.
to do problem solving. And so this has been this idea has been around and has been explored in different states, and we got involved because we have in our district a group called the Solutions Team. And the Solutions Team got started a number of years ago when we were putting a tax measure on the ballot. And people came together to work together and learned how to work together. We had a facilitator, we had community members and union folks, administration, board members, and support staff folks. All of us came together to try to find the solution. Then the issue was passing this tax measure. And after that tax measure was successful, the superintendent at that time, Dr. Harder, wanted us to continue it because he could see the value in actually having communication back and forth, really open communication with a facilitator that sort of takes the hierarchy out of the process.
Wow. How long is the solution? How often does the solutions team
It
meet?
meets basically around once a month, and then it
Okay.
takes on different tasks. It's
Okay.
because it is organized. We talk about all sorts of things. Like we talk about the weather in the district, what's going on, what people need to know, what's bubbling up from certain groups. We talk about important issues. We discuss. We keep minutes. We've got our minutes and our action plans for all of the 12 years that it's existed.
Wow.
And our facilitators have been very, very talented and keep us on task. And if they think, oh, well, we think you're running out of steam, do you really want to continue? We talk about that too. I think I'm the only member who's been on it for the entire time.
Yeah, there's been people.
There've been changes. The superintendent's
leave.
changed. All of the administrators have changed.
Yeah.
I've had several other board members serve on it with me, and then we've had the only other two people are the facilitators, and so we returned back to our original facilitator now.
So that group attended this.
That group
correct?
attended. The solutions team attended the conference,
Okay.
and actually, we spoke. We were one of the presenters
Oh,
because people
wow.
wanted to know how, because we've been doing it longer than other districts. There were two other districts that spoke as well. Ollie Saal and Santa Clara gave presentations, but we were the lead-off presenters yesterday morning.
Oh, for heaven's
Right.
sake.
The superintendent talked about it. People talked about it. Some people were skeptical of it. He hadn't seen it in districts that he'd been in before, so he wasn't sure the point of it, what we were doing.
Sure.
But he learned that it's a different. You hear different voices
Yeah,
when you really
yeah.
are. Everybody is able to speak
Wow.
on the same level. You hear different voices.
Yeah. You know, and this is something that the school board kind of needs to be involved in a lot more. Because it's about when you have people with different interests, even they have the same goal, I mean, you got to have process. You got to have a process in place, or you're not going to get anywhere. Everybody's just talking at each other,
Right.
and they're. So it sounds like this is very applicable to our school board.
It totally is. I mean, it's things like understanding from the standpoint of our support staff. You know, they will see something, right? The custodial staff, the paraprofessionals, they will see things.
Our community workers.
Community
They
workers,
really-
any one of these groups can see issues before other people see them, right? And if they can feel comfortable sharing them before they rise to the level of grievances and much bigger issues, it's incredibly helpful, right? And one of the issues that we took on over the years was catastrophic leave for the entire district. And that was something that needed to be addressed district-wide. And prior to us having the catastrophic leave bank that other districts had, we just sort of had it was a popularity contest where people were just asked to donate, and
Yeah.
you donated if you knew the person,
Yep.
and maybe you didn't donate if you didn't know the person,
Yeah.
and had no way to look at the merits of the
Yeah,
situation,
that
right?
could be sad if somebody
Yeah, I mean,
wasn't well known.
right,
or
and the
something.
people who were on that committee were all aware of who wasn't getting the leave and who was. So we created a process, and everybody now can choose whether or not to be part of the catastrophic leave bank or not.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, and it's a much cleaner, fairer system.
Absolutely. What a great way to address, and try to solve problems and come to an agreement and move forward instead of being stuck in a rut, going over and over again. So I just love it. And how do you see it as being a part of the district in real terms?
Well, I think it needs to be, what we really need to do is make sure more people know we do it. So we do send out a joint communique. People don't read every email they get.
No.
Right? And people are not, and it's a small group of people who are on it, right? So
Yeah.
it's 2 board members, all of the union presidents, and that's a big deal in itself to have all of the union presidents
Yeah.
in one meeting with board members, the superintendent, the head of HR.
Wow.
Right? And we've added this year, because we added a new association, the adult school teachers now have their own bargaining unit.
Oh,
And so
great.
they are also, we've added them into the mix. But the idea and what they pointed out during the conference is to institutionalize it, and institutionalize it throughout all the districts, right? So we're sort of ahead of the curve. We're a leader in this because we've been doing it so long. So we're going to be asked to be, I was asked to see whether or not I'd like to talk about it at CSBA, because school board members don't always see where their role fits in a group like this. And it really does inform your understanding of an issue, right?
Wow. Yeah.
You can hear the conversation, and everybody's voice is equal in the room. It's a much different relationship than we normally have, because when we are meeting people officially, we're the ones who are the decision makers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's more equitable this way.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm really looking forward to seeing how it plays out in our district. I'm so, impressed with it myself.
It's very exciting, and I hope what I have done is I posted the playlist. For those of you who watch this channel, I've been posting playlists, and I've posted the playlist from Dr. Dolan's work so that you can watch Dr. Dolan's explanation of the work that he's put together. So, thank you.
And thank you.
Sorry, the battery.
Oh, all right. Well, that's